Hello everyone, Shadefyre here, and welcome to another Boss Bytes from Monster Hunter Rise, where today we're going to be going after the Rajang, a notoriously aggressive monster that apparently can thrash new players whenever they encounter them, and it's been around since, I believe, Monster Hunter 2. It did appear in Iceborne, but again, I didn't play Iceborne, so I have not fought it, and I don't really know what it does, aside from it is a lightning monster, which is why we're using the tobi-kadachi set, and it's weak against ice, which I did look up just because I would like to not get wiped in the first attempt at fighting it, if I can. No, I don't feel bad about that. Let's make sure we're topped up on potions, and begin.
Special quest is coming.
So, not Narwa yet, she's next. A demon, I tell you. A demon. No one's safe with that thing around. No one. The felines, the dango, the twins, me. Oh my god, me. I'm not safe. Ah! Hunter, what are you doing? Go and get rid of that thing. Unnerved traveler.
I wish you luck.
And I think, again, we're going to want the typical combo of defense, healing, and thunder resistance. How many Dango tickets do I have? I can't even tell where you see that. Well, I'm going to use a ticket just to max out our chances. Okay, we have 30. Max out our chances of getting all the buffs. Because I think we're going to need them here. It may have been a bad choice to go with the longsword again, because the longsword benefits you best when you know what attacks to expect.
At a distant flight,
it may have been better to go with the gun lance for the first time, so I could learn its attacks.
A great ball of fire. Wielders of flame who dare to engage. Succeed at igniting its rage. For it's the top player, and the world is its stage.
And that's why Rathian doesn't show up in this area.
The hunt is on.
Okay. So, as usual, stock up on our free supplies. And let's see. Our target is in the middle, because we already have the other two marked. So yeah, nothing about its design is super sticking out to me right away. You know, it is kind of just a horned ape, but we'll see if its moveset can impress. I know that it's extra, ultra, mega aggressive when it goes into its golden mode. But then again, like, all the monsters become more aggressive when they're in, you know, they're in enraged mode, so I don't see how that's really different for him. But maybe because it's a lightning monster, it'll work like Zinogre, where we can kind of beat the static charge off of it. Alright, where are you at? Apparently right here. He's not that big. He really is just kind of like bull plus gorilla. A bullrilla, if you will. Okay. I think I mentioned it before, but having these buddies actually makes it a little harder to use a longsword, because then you don't know when the monster is going to target you. So you can do counters. our first level up. Excuse me, Rathian. I guess she does show up here. I don't think I've ever seen her in this biome before. He's gone golden. Really hoping that Rathian will distract him. Ooh. Oh yeah, that is a big combo. He's kind of like zebra-y now that he's gold. Okay, I successfully countered, but I didn't actually hit him. Let's get an interesting track. Oh god, I'm just falling down more and more holes. Okay, I can boost myself back up. And you don't even need a weird cloak for it. Okay. I've actually seen that beam before because I used it when I mounted one of these guys before. Is he just going to keep doing that until I get close? Where's he at? Alright, it didn't actually do damage. The bugs are buffing him up again. Even more. I wish you would use that when I'm actually about to counter. And there he goes. So he might actually be a monster that doesn't stop being enraged until you've beaten him enough. Maybe that's why he's so aggressive. But I can almost predict now that we're going to have at least one down where I get hit with that beam at a very inopportune time. Have a little bit of shield. A little too long for me to get that counter in.
I will create a diversion.
Okay, he's no longer enraged, so I guess it does wear off still. And he doesn't need to be enraged to do his big beam. Good to know. Yeah, that's a very fast attack speed. Okay, and he can just do it again. So that could be a problem. Ah, just missed his chin with that. Don't beam. So he basically does a second enrage. And that's when he gets the glowing arms. would have countered that if it was actually aimed at me.
Are you ready?
See, the thing with those counters is it's definitely not something you always need to, like, super fast reflexes do the second they move. Sometimes you do really have to wait. Otherwise, the attack won't connect, and you'll end up getting hit by its follow-up. I'm not sure when I'm going to get my big hits in, but he seems like a monster that's good to use our big counter on.
After it!
Once I have it up to red meter. Oh, that's just points. There is a type of ore that's kind of a pain in the ass to get from here. It's like a rare ore drop. And I know I need it for a couple of materials right now.
I shall use this chance wisely.
Also, when I roll towards him like that, sometimes it's by accident, because I think I'm not hitting the trigger hard enough when I go to activate this. Okay, this time Rathian didn't even bother to stick around. That beam definitely has the fastest, like, usage time of any of the big moves like that I've seen. I guess not fastest usage time, it's just the most immediate wind up. You know, there's no, like, charge up or anything like that. Like, you really have to identify that little roar he does right before. Because when you hear it, he's already doing the attack. It makes me very worried about having even like half health. All right, got up to red. Now let's see if we can get a counter in. I don't even know if I hit him there. Yeah, see, even when your character yells, "Be careful," by the time he's done saying that, the beam is already out. Yeah, that took too long to get to me. It's weird, though, because the web effect will still be up, even when it's no longer effective. He goes. So he's not too bad, but he definitely can surprise you with immediate violence with that beam. Okay, he went up, or did he go down? He went down. Okay, so we do want to go this way. Looks like Rathian is the... Oh, no, never mind. I was going to say Rathian was the only other monster on the field, but there was a Tyrex in the same spot. Tigrex, you could probably do some good damage on him. Oh, I'm going to lose my red before we get there. I need to make the decorations that make that last longer. Haven't been doing enough deco farming. The Rajang slam. Wow, that did very little damage for how long that animation took. Okay, there we go. That's the real hit. I wonder if I could have wire bugged out of that. I momentarily forgot that I could because so few monsters have like a grab attack that I tend to forget it's in the game. A lot of them it's like a bite where they'll pick you up. Oh, that was a waste.
It's up to something!
Okay. Just go over there and punch those lizards, I guess. Let them know you're the boss. God damn. He does a lot of roaring where he just stands in place. There we go. 387 damage. That is some good numbers. I'm getting a little better at integrating that attack into just my normal routine instead of, like, using it once per fight. It's mostly just holding onto your wire bugs instead of using them to dodge everything.
Brace yourself!
Wow, that did... Okay, never mind. That was the loop draw. I was like, that did a lot of damage for just a counter. No, that's gonna hit me. That attack is too slow. Really? That didn't hit him? I'm not entirely sure how that counter works, like how it determines if you hit or not. Because you think it's just, oh, okay, they're out of range of the swing, but I've seen it hit them pretty far away after an attack. Wow, really?
After it!
I like how he just instantly jumped like 200 feet straight up. He's a strange one, for sure. And a lot different than most of the design. There's a couple monkey-type monsters, but I don't know, he looks a lot different than the other ones that I'm familiar with. Where did he go? Oh, well, that was him right there. I was looking right at him, and I said, where did he go, while I'm looking at the map. So he just jumped over this hill. I don't know if this will actually block. As I mentioned before, it actually is very specific on the angle that will counter from. Okay. Flat out missed. Yeah, he like roars after every attack. Which makes it hard to get a follow-up in. I'm gonna have to restock on potions in this fight, though. Oh, thanks, Cat. Thanks for canceling out that damage. Just a healing song on me. This is why I don't like the quick menu. See how I just selected that like 4 times and nothing happened? You have to really aggressively shove on the stick for it to decide that you're trying to do that on purpose.
Be careful! Brace yourself!
Nope, nope. Get out of the way. I don't think that hit him. I saw a 13. I might have hit the rock, or I just didn't see the damage number. Alright, well, I still got up to red. I was just gonna have to eat that hit.
Looks useful.
So he is pretty aggressive, and I can imagine he's actually probably more trouble in multiplayer, with him constantly switching targets. But he seems manageable as well. Once again, going with that fact of Rise being kind of easier than the previous Monster Hunter games. Yeah, that missed. He was out of range when he does that attack. Wow, right under the tail. It's really hard to level up on him without using the counters. Well, there he goes again. And he's heading up there. We can head up to camp on the way. Grab some more mega potions. It is funny, though, that some people say that the problem with this game is that it's too fast and arcadey in terms of how long the actual hunts take. But, you know, it takes me 30, 40 minutes when I'm first fighting a monster. And even the first few times after that, often, unless I have the monster's weakness already, they can take a lot of punishment. And part of that is because I haven't exactly optimized my DPS attack strategy. You know, I'm not trying to do meta damage here. I just use what I want to use, and sometimes it goes well, and sometimes it takes even longer. But again, it's not that uncommon in previous Monster Hunter games to take, you know, almost an hour when you're fighting a monster. Not more than an hour, because the time limit, I think, has always been 50 minutes. But in previous games, that time limit was more of a factor. Not really in World either. Like, again, the only times I had trouble with time limit in World is those, 15-minute missions. But from what other people say, I have basically no experience with past Monster Hunter. I would like to do, a first impressions on, the original game, to kind of compare how it's evolved since then, because it used to be a much more niche game than it is now. And that was the case for most of the series until World. That was the first time they really tried to open it up to non-fans. Alright, finally got another break on him. Can I get up to red before my yellow runs out? Yep, there we go. I don't think I'm going to be able to get a Helm Breaker on him, though. He just moves too much. There we go. Got one Helmbreaker in. He doesn't even, like, save that for distance. Doesn't matter if you're right in front of him, he'll still beam you. Not really any sign yet that he's getting tired either. Oh, well, I think that time we beat the rage out of him. And we, like, broke his fur.
Don't let it get away!
Alright, so maybe he's actually wounded now. More so than he seemed. Look at those bugs hanging around. I don't entirely know what those do. I just assume it makes them do more damage. I've yet to see any explanation for what they are. I could look it up, of course. Was that supposed to be the beam? Because he's wounded? I might have actually disabled his ability to use that. Really? That didn't hit him either? I guess he kind of bounced out after he did it. He's gone back to swole mode. I was not careful there. I was going to try to counter through it. Probably should have waited a little longer there.
It's up to something! Let us move! An excellent opportunity!
Get a mid-battle sharpen in. Because I want to do my big counter, but I want to make sure it doesn't bounce off. And every time I fuck that up, I have to wait until both of my wire bugs recharge. I don't know why I'm sharpening again. For a moment, my brain was like, yeah, I'll just sharpen and my meter will go back up. Not how it works. See, why doesn't he have more attacks like that? Those are easy to counter. Now, I think if I wasn't using lightning-resistant armor and the lightning dango, that beam would probably insta-kill me. Come on, there's not much fight left to you, I hope. Alright, still 230 if I do it on a yellow. If it hits a vulnerable part. Oh, come on. Let that charge up my meter a bit. It's really a surprise almost every time he does that. Almost feel like you're just meant to be rolling frequently. I wish you had some, like, soul-style hyper armor when you're doing that attack, so not everything will interrupt you from it. Still running away.
Just a little bit.
How many times has he fled in this battle? Like 5?
I shall use this chance wisely.
Hyper-aggressive monster, but also doesn't like losing. And again, most hyper-aggressive people don't like losing either. And become massive wusses if they are. Who are you beating on over there? Oh, it's been a while since I've seen one of them. Asarios. I don't know how well he's going to fare against Rajang because his attacks are really slow. But they do a shit ton of damage. Wow. Trampled to death.
Victory!
And then there's his big beam, which was also a big surprise when I was fighting him. I wasn't expecting him to have a beam. So that wasn't too bad. He's aggressive and he hits a lot and loves to throw out his big beam, but he's not too bad. For a second, the shape of this was just making me go in my brain, Tritolite deposit.
Pardon my insolence.
Just deep rock galactic things, you know? Alright, so I think the Rajang should give me a Thunder armor set as well, because of course our next beast is the Thunder Serpent Narwhal, so we're going to want lightning resistance for her as well. I don't know if the skills will be good, though. Guess we'll have to find out in a moment. Ooh, we got a beast gem, which is not as good as a specific monster rare part, because I think there's a couple different things that could drop beast gems, but still useful. 33. So, actually a little shorter than the other recent two I did.
What can I do you for?
I don't really know what kind of weapons would be Rajang. Well, there's a sword, I guess. Demon Halberd. 190, 10, minus 10. I usually don't bother with the negative affinity weapons, because usually their thing is they have high damage but low crit chance. And it's better to just have high crit chance or neutral crit chance.
So what can I help you with?
Alright, well this is another tier 7 armor, so it is actually going to be better defense-wise. I think Tobi-Kadachi has jelly. I'm sorry, what unlocked the... Oh, the goth jelly, that's what it was. It's a very strange outfit.
Have a good look.
Yeah,
at
where's
everything that's
Tobi-Kadachi?
on offer. You've got all the time.
Like all the way up here. Yeah, this is only 58 by default. I think mine is upgraded once, so it has 60. But the Rajang armor here is 70, so that might be worth making. Heroics, maximum might, latent power. I don't know what maximum might does. Stamina is kept full for a period of time, increases affinity. That's a weird one. But I guess good for the weapons that don't use stamina for their attacks. So, not very good for, like, dual blades. Why the poofy pants, though? Why are we bringing back these massive flared brims? So I might make that before the next video.
Good luck out there.
I always friggin' do Ibushi. It's always at the bottom. Feline Puppeteer. Apparently that's the Rajang armor. Kind of weird. Fancy dog armor. Most of the canine armor is pretty good. Like, there hasn't been many where I'm like, ugh. You know, they're all pretty good designs. Anyhow, thanks for joining me for another Boss Bytes in Monster Hunter Rise. Not too many of these left, but still a few. Still a decent number to unlock. And of course, our next one is going to be the Thunder Serpent Lady herself. But until then,
Until next time.
y'all take care.